Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be breaking down the 5 things that you need to know to prepare for buying your first home. So if you're a first-time home buyer and you've been a little overwhelmed or confused by the process, stick around. I'm really going to try to break it down for you, help you understand, and help you be able to make the next step. If you're new here, my name is Harrison Knowles. I'm a real estate agent out of the Long & Foster office in Prince Frederick, Maryland. I make videos all about buying and selling home, investing, financing, and lots more. So if you find videos like this helpful to you, consider subscribing. So again, today I'm going to go over 5 steps that first-time home buyers especially need to understand when kind of branching out to work on buying their first home. So I work with a lot of first-time home buyers myself, and that process just gets very overwhelming and confusing, especially in the beginning. You don't know whether to go to an agent first, whether to go to a lender first, start looking online. So I'm really going to try to help break this all down for you so that you can understand it a little bit better. Alright guys, so jumping right into it. Step 1, I always recommend going and finding your real estate agent first. This is going to be a person who guides you through the entire process from today all the way through settlement. So if you think this process is confusing now, it gets even more confusing when you actually are under contract to buy a home. So this is going to be somebody that you really need to have a lot of trust in, that you can talk easily with and share your feelings with. Because again, they're going to be holding your hand throughout this entire process, through a lot of different situations, and you really need to be able to trust them. So you may be asking, how do I find a good real estate agent? Which is actually a really good question. I always recommend going around and asking friends and family members first who they've worked with in the past. So these are people who really care about you and have already probably been through the process with agents in the past. And they can really tell you if they really felt like an agent had their best interest at heart, if they really understood the market well, and just overall how their experience was with that agent. So I always recommend starting there, and don't be afraid to interview multiple agents as a buyer. It's really important to find somebody that you connect very well with, and again, that you just really feel like has your best interest at heart. This is one of the biggest purchases of your life. It's so important, and you need to feel comfortable with everybody that you're working with. All right, step 2 is going to be finding that loan officer or mortgage consultant, whatever they go by. And again, you can kind of use the same process as you're finding your real estate agent, asking friends and family members who was good, who wasn't good. But also, your agent should have really good connections. Remember, when asking friends or family members, they may have bought, 2-3 houses in the past, but your agent, through their lifetime, or through their career, I should say, they've probably done 100 or more. So they know who's really good and who's really bad. And, things with lending aren't always perfect. Things go bad. And even more importantly than finding somebody who's going to try to make the process smooth, is finding somebody who's really going to be that problem solver, so that when things do go a little bit south, they know how to pick up and proceed forward. So again, make sure to find that good loan officer or mortgage consultant. And they're going to talk about 3 things. They're going to check your credit, they're going to look at your income, and they're going to look at your assets. From there, they're going to tell you exactly what you need to do to be able to get qualified for a house. Alright guys, for step number 4 and 5, Tucker and I brought you down to Honeymoon Island, down here near Clearwater, Florida area. So step number 4 is going to be one of the most important. It's going to be finding like your comfort level and your budget and everything. It's one of the most important, I feel, because just because you're approved for maybe a $400,000 house doesn't mean that you're comfortable or that you should be spending that much. So figure out, what your budget is. Only you know how much you like to spend on eating out a month, how much you like to spend at the movie theaters every month. Maybe in 6 months you're going to need a new car and you're going to have to add another car payment onto that. Well, again, only you can decide that. A lender doesn't know how much you're going to spend on those items, so they can't approve you based on that. All that they know are your fixed monthly payments. So again, a mortgage is typically for 30 years, and you want to make sure that, throughout that time, it's not a struggle every month to make that payment. You want to be comfortable with it, and you want your house to be a happy place, not something that's stressing you out every month. So again, just take the time to sit down, figure out what your monthly payment comfort level is, and really talk to your lender about it, see what dollar amount that equates to, and really try as hard as you can to stick to that. All right, guys, step number 5, of course, the most fun step of them all. It's now time to go search for the house. So you got your pre-approval lined up, you got your agent, you got your budget set, you got your loan officer. Now it's just time to trust the process, trust the people that you've hired, and go and find the home. So again, keep in mind, you want to stick with your budget, like we talked about earlier. Keep that payment on track so that you're not overextending yourself and making the home or the monthly payment a little tight. Also, again, make sure to talk with your lender about things to do and not to do during the buying process. You definitely don't want to sabotage your own mortgage. And, throughout the process, have fun. It's, one of the biggest purchases of your life. It's one of the best at the same time, and it's one of the most fun. So, again, make sure to subscribe down below and like the video if you found this video helpful, and we'll catch you next time.